Namaha. Namo Vishnupādāya Krishna Prishthāya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pāśādadeshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Prabhupada used to say this purpose can save the life of an individual. Even for us, in this few lines, there is so much message. First thing Prabhupada is explaining here, just like a finger is part of the body, it has no business other than satisfying the body. The same way, we are also part and parcel of the Lord. And Prabhupada is saying, therefore, he has no right to enjoy the results of his work. The finger has to only act for the body. It cannot act on its own, or anything on its own. Because the Supreme Lord, we are His servants, we are His part and parcel. So our business is to participate in His pastimes. Somebody may question, why all these rules, regulation, philosophy? Yes, because I want to see Krishna. I want to join Krishna in His pastimes. Bhagavad Gita is for devotees. For non-devotees, Prabhupada says, don't poke your nose here. You do your own activity. This is the book for devotees. Correct or not? Prabhupada says. He says non-devotee have no business to poke their nose into Gita. It's a talk between the Supreme Lord and one of His celebrated devotees. It's a pleasure, rasa, we are seeing. So Krishna is saying that as part and parcel, what we should do, we have no right to enjoy the results of our activities. Whatever activity the finger does is for the pleasure of the body. Okay, this is understood. Then it's saying, this is actually Krishna consciousness. Because sometimes we don't understand. Prabhupada said International Society for Krishna Consciousness. It was very clear. So what is Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness means you are part and parcel of Krishna. You have no business in thinking about your own pleasure. You should be thinking whether by my activity Krishna is pleased. Therefore, it's very simple, but it can change the whole life. All the time I am thinking whether I am happy or I am not happy. It has to change. Whether Krishna is happy or Krishna is not happy. That is called Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada once went to a temple and asked the devotees, he asked the pujari, are the deity happy? And pujari was like, because pujari has forgotten, he is doing seva not for his pleasure, for the Lord's pleasure. So it's a straight question for him. Are the deities happy? He says some other word. And he doesn't understand. We are very impersonal. Prabhupada is very personal. Devotees are very personal. So this line is also understood. So this is Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we think Krishna consciousness means some things like this. No, Krishna consciousness means for whose pleasure are you living? We are all living, people are all living in this world so that to enjoy life for some more days. That's why everybody is living. That is the purpose of the life. It's like when Yudhishthira Maharaj came to know Krishna has left this world, he did not want to live in this world for one more second. He was living in this world only for Krishna's pleasure. Arjuna was so much pain when he came, he could not even utter a word. He went to Dwaraka and he saw no longer Krishna is there present. The Prakati Leela of the Lord is over. He has winded his pastime and he has gone back to Vaikuntha. Lord is always in Vaikuntha. His Prakati Lila is over now. Just like the sun now, sunset is over. Sun is not gone, sun is still living. But you cannot see him now. Now in some universe, other universe, this Leelas will continue. And in Goloka, part of Vaikuntha, Leelas are continuously going on. So Arjuna was in so much pain that Yudhishthira could understand some calamity has happened. And he did not want to ask him directly that question. He asked 1,000 questions other than that first. Is it that as a Kshatriya you could not give protection to somebody? Is it that this happened, some mistake happened from you? Why your face is... He knows. But that's the last thing he wants to hear. Correct? Just like a mother. Last thing she would like to hear, suppose husband comes home very sad and child is not there. Last thing she wants to hear, the child is dead. So she is asking all other reasons. Is it that your boss scolded you? Is it that something? And the last thing Yudhishthira Maharaj asked, has Krishna winded his pastime? Arjuna, tears in his eyes broke down. Said, yes. So this is devotee. He cannot live now without separation. All the Pandavas left their home. They did not look at Draupadi also. Even Yudhishthira Maharaj did not look at the 4 Pandavas or anything. First thing is Krishna. Other things are behind. Just walked. I cannot live in this world now. Krishna is not there. So this is how they are signifying. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the highest level of that. That is called Mahabhava. Intense separation. The separation at which the gopis lived. We were reading on the Jagannatha Rath Yatra, pages after pages. I did not know so many verses are there. So many verses. When Radharani meets, the Jagannath Rath Yatra, it is there. There's so many verses. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is meditating in the Rath Yatra time, Radharani, when she meets Krishna at Kurukshetra, some 20 verses are there. Her meditation. How she is living in separation from Krishna. And how she wants Krishna back in Vrindavan. That intensity of the separation in few shlokas there, we cannot even imagine. This is how a devotee lives. So, because we want to be back with Krishna, therefore we are interested in all this thing. We were discussing on Sunday that Vacha Vegam, Krodha Vegam. Why you want to do all this Vega? What is the need? Why not let loose, enjoy? No. And speak whatever you want and do whatever you want. Why a devotee does so much tapasya? Because he wants to be with Krishna. Correct? He wants to achieve something. Therefore, tapasya is there. Otherwise, there is no need of tapasya. Tapasya is there because we want something which we are not having today. If I am having everything today, what is the need of tapasya? Therefore, there is no tapasya. Yes, what is the shloka? Aradita. Aradito yadihari tapasad tapaskam. If somebody has served Krishna, what is the need of tapasya? If you are able to serve Krishna, what is the need of tapasya? And if you are not able to serve Krishna, then what is the use of your tapasya? Aradito yadihari tapasad tarakim, naradito yadihari tapasad tarakim. Antarvahi yadihari tapasad tarakim. Like that it goes on. So the whole point is that what is the use of tapasya? So what is the use of all these things? Simply doing all these things. Some people forget all these things. That is called niyamagraha. They pull their beard. They will not shave. They pull their beard. One hair, one by one. So much tapasya. For what purpose? They forget in the... What do they use then? Simply it becomes a torture to the body, unnecessarily torture to the body. Not recommended. Tapo divyam. Tapasya should be guided. Tapasya should not be whimsical. So here we are having guided tapasya, and what are the points being said here? So many things. It is said, Jeet Atma. We should have control of the mind. Atma means body, mind and soul. Atma means self. Some people take body as the self, some people take mind as the self, and those who are self-realized understand self as the soul. So, Jita Atma. You cannot conquer our soul, you can conquer our mind. So therefore it refers to somebody has to control his mind. So matapasya is going on. Vikatas priyaha, without any material desires. Viktapasya. Naishkarmya. Any work he does, he doesn't want the fruit. So many austerities somebody is taking, question will be why? Yes, because he wants to be with Krishna. That is the reason he is doing tapasya and want to achieve Krishna association. And Prabhupada is saying this is a sannyasi. A person acting in Krishna consciousness is a real sannyasi. Real sannyasi means what? There was once Prabhupada was giving sannyasa. So all the people who had taken sannyasa were sitting. So they asked Prabhupada, what is the sannyas mantra? What is basic? They thought something special. Sannyasa means special. Prabhupada, sannyasa means Manumanabhav, Madhavakto, Madhyaji, Mam Namaskuru. This is sannyasa. Manavana. Always think about Krishna, become Krishna's devotee, worship Krishna, and offer obeisance to Krishna. That's all. That is the sannyasa. We are theoretically following this. When practically somebody can come to this platform, he is a real sannyasi. So Prabhupada is saying this is a platform of consciousness. What is the platform of consciousness? Whatever I do, it is not for my pleasure. It is for Krishna's pleasure. And then this is such a beautiful line. Prabhupada is saying he is not attached to anything material. He becomes accustomed to not taking pleasure in anything beyond the transcendental happiness derived from the service of the Lord. Today, that's why it is so many times said in the Bhagavad Gita on mind control, it is said, he doesn't become very elated when some material big thing happens. And he doesn't become very depressed when something material sad thing happens. The purpose, it's just like somebody gives a lot of money. People become very excited when they get some money. And when they lose money, they keep crying for a few days. Oh, Krishna gave, now Krishna has taken. Devotee is not bothered about it. He is very peaceful. He is very peaceful. Why? He become accustomed to something. What he become accustomed to? That is the training we have to undergo. That, anything except pleasure of Krishna, I don't delight in it. Now, this is the training we have to train our system for that. Today, any material sense gratification is there, we become very excited, we become very alert. Okay? I remember I was there in one college and one person had come to cheat. He was telling them about network marketing. It's the best way to cheat people. Yeah. So they generally tell, you buy this product from me and then you say this, like network chain happens. That never works out. You lose your money nicely. I have not seen anybody making money out of it. So anyway, he was telling people how within 1 year you can become crorepati. And I saw some 15 boys were there. They don't even know him. He just walked and sneaked to the campus and said, I'd like to speak to you something about personality development, something. I'm coming from this college. The students are generally youngsters. Yes. Can we sit down somewhere? They said, oh, sit down. And then he said, I will tell you to do something. How you can become crorepati in 1 year. All of them were sitting like this. So interesting. This is not a devotee. Devotee, you tell all this thing. He is interested, accustomed to taking pleasure in anything which is not. Only he takes accustomed to something in which Krishna is pleased. Nothing else is interested. Now this is a devotee. Now this transformation takes many lifetimes and this is a qualification to enter Krishna Leela. Correct? Not that we are dancing in Krishna Leela, we are still thinking about some material pleasure. Here I am missing. If I go to material world, nice movies are going on. Cricket match is going on, India-Pakistan. Krishna, I'll go for some time. You continue your Rasa Leela. I'll come after some time. Let you watch cricket. No, you cannot enter unless you are pure. It is said when the gopis had the Rasa Leela with Krishna, correct? When they see Krishna, in fact, every day Krishna goes to play with the boys. They all with the pain see Krishna going. And they meditate on this, that Krishna's feet are so soft. Krishna's feet are actually very soft. Krishna's feet are so soft. How he can walk on that ground? Because something like prick his leg. And they are in great pain and anxiety holding. And when they see Krishna coming in the evening, smiling and playing his flute, they are so happy to see him. And at that moment, Krishna is so beautiful. Amazingly, transcendental pleasure is there. Not material pleasure in seeing Krishna. There is transcendental pleasure. This is not like boyfriend, girlfriend of this world, that dirty relationship. This is transcendental, pure relationship. So when they see Krishna coming back in the evening, they experience so much pleasure that when they have to blink eye, they curse Brahma. They curse Brahma, and this fellow doesn't know how to create eyelid also. This is their level of where we are. We are doing service for 10 hours, we forget Krishna also, we don't mind. Here a split second, their service to Krishna. They are drinking pleasure in seeing Krishna. Every day they see Krishna. But they are not satisfied. They want to keep seeing Krishna. And they curse. In fact, one more other place, Gopi says, that a Rasa Leela Krishna had with the gopis was for the night of Brahma. It is given in the Krishna book. Not our night. Because the gopis were so much enjoying with Krishna. Correct? This is Madhurya Rasa, not this Rasa of this world. Pure love, not the lust of this world. And never mistake that. Prabhupada says there was no pregnancy, there were no children. Nothing. It's only Madhurya Rasa. Not to be mistaken with the lust of this world. So, when Krishna was dancing with the gopis, that Krishna expanded the night to the night of Brahma. A night of Brahma is 4.3 billion years. Not 8 hours or 6 hours, what we have. Our human time, night of Brahma, is 4.3 billion years. The gopis felt as if it was 1 minute. How it passed, just like we go for book distribution. 2 hours look like just 10 minutes happened when we are busy, correct? We are absorbed in something for 10 minutes. And over 2 hours over, we don't come to know. So similarly, the gopis, for them, the night of Brahma, in which Krishna gave them the Rasa Leela, the human night, Krishna stopped. Krishna can do anything. He is inconceivable. Just like Krishna lifted a mountain, what did he do? Law of gravitation. Law of gravitation. Go up. Lifted. Similarly, Lord Rama also threw stones. Stones should go inside water. Or Lord Rama said, law of gravitation. Prabhupada says very nice statement. Law of gravitation, so-called scientist imagination, does not act when Urukrama acts. When the Lord acts, law of gravitation does not act. The same way Krishna said, mountain, go up now on my finger. Go up. What happened to the law of gravitation? Gone. Similarly, there is some time which is moving this world. Krishna, stop it. Stop the time now. Let us enjoy. So, whole world is moving for Krishna's pleasure only. In the spiritual world, it is going on. Eternally they are dancing. Nothing can stop a dance. Time doesn't exist in the spiritual world. They can enjoy eternally, and enjoyment is going on eternally. You want to be envious and die with envy. Some people are envious. Prabhupada says, you think Krishna is lusty, Krishna is unlimitedly lusty. What you can do? Die by envy. Therefore, Krishna's pastime will only manifest to you. No. Because you are envious of Krishna. In fact, even we are not supposed to reveal all the aspects of Krishna's pastime to envious person. We just tell them in the beginning, chant Hare Krishna. Because only devotees can relish Krishna's pastime. When they become devotee, then they can enjoy Krishna's pastime. A karmi we cannot even explain. There is no use explaining. So in the spiritual world, spiritual world, Krishna manifested here, the Raslila going on for Brahma's night, 4.3 billion years. And after that, they felt as if it was one moment. One moment. They did not 4.3 billion years. Just imagine. Just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to dance in Harinam, he used to dance for 72 hours sometimes. And Nityananda Prabhu used to say, people will die. They are human bodies. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself in a mood of a devotee. So Nityananda Prabhu used to stop him, hug him. Please stop now. Because he is transcendental world, time does not exist. Rather, time is adjusted sometimes just to give some separation sometimes. Krishna wants to create some separation artificial because there is no darkness in spiritual world. So where does night exist there? There is no night there actually. But night is artificially created by Krishna sometimes just for creating a separation. So and they don't sleep because soul has no rest. Soul has no rest. So whole night the boys in the spiritual body, whole night they are waiting. What is this? What is this? Waiting. You have to wait. And just some twinkle, first light visible. Run to Krishna's home. And they want Krishna now. They are waiting. Yashoda mother is decorating. Enough. Some of them run inside. They finish the decoration. They drag Krishna away. And they hold them busy with Krishna, playing with Krishna. And time. How much they want to play with Krishna? Every day they play with Krishna, they are not satisfied. Or more they want. In the material world, you have some playing, you get tired of 5-10 minutes. Here you play, they are playing eternally with Krishna. They are still not satisfied. They want to play more and more. And so we cannot even. We want to achieve that condition. Because we want to achieve that condition, therefore tapasya is there. Therefore all these things are there. Naishkarmya, Jitatma, so many things are going on. Why? Because you want to achieve something wonderful. And that is eternal gift. Material pleasure, anything you work hard, first thing, there is no guarantee it will come. It is dependent on your karma. You may get, you may not get. Everybody wants to be fooled. He cannot be fooled. His karma may not allow. Correct? Karma is nothing but how responsibly behaved previously when money was given. We have behaved irresponsibly, it will not be given to you. That is papa karma. Papa karma is what? I have some facility, I misuse. It becomes papa karma. So you have behaved irresponsibly before, unless you do anapunya. What happens when you do anapunya? Again you are winning the trust of the Lord. Lord will give you them. So material things may not be given to you, it may at this moment. Krishna will one day satisfy your material desire, but may not be this life, maybe after 100 lives. You want to be the richest man in the world, for that punya has to be created. For that Krishna will guide you, but many lifetimes you have to do punya. Then you will become the richest man in the world. Correct, may not be this life. One day Krishna will satisfy all your material desires. What is the use? Will not be satisfied. So first way, anyway, material desire is limited. May not be satisfied. Number two, the pleasure will never give you tripti. So what is the use? Why not forget it? But spiritual destination, your spiritual salvation, that why, if I can see Krishna, just like so many people are there, they keep dreaming. If I can see some Miss World, they think their life will become wonderful. Just like they put an ad and I was laughing. Some knicker. If you don't have this knicker, then better stay bachelor. And if you get this knicker, you will get the Miss World for your life. So the point is that even you have Miss World as a wife, you will not be satisfied. But here, if you have Krishna, you are fully, so much you are satisfied that anybody who got Krishna in his life, he left everything. He was not interested in anything in this world after that. It is so satisfying. Rather the whole world worshipped him. You see that? And anybody who got Miss World also as a wife, nobody is going to worship him. Correct? Nothing. Which no gentleman will appreciate that. Real asset is actually if I can have Krishna. So, these kind of tapasya, what are the tapasyas mentioned in the shloka, will gradually, and the beautiful line Prabhupada mentions here, one should become accustomed to What you should become accustomed? To have no pleasure other than to feel satisfaction only in the pleasure of the Lord. Let me read this line again. I had seen this line before, somebody had but never seen it existed. He become accustomed to not taking pleasure in anything beyond the transcendental happiness derived from the service of the Lord. Prabhupada says relationship to Krishna is transcendental. It is beyond the relationship which you know in this world. Transcendental, loving, devotional service. So he becomes accustomed to deriving pleasure only from them. He does not look for happiness where it is not there. People in this world are running for happiness. What they are doing? Boom, 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 boom. Taking bike, taking cars, taking train and taking aircraft, cycle, whatever, or running for happiness where it is not there. Fool's there. But a devotee is not a fool. He is very intelligent. He knows happiness is only there with Krishna. Therefore Krishna name, another meaning of the word Krishna is this. He is the giver of all pleasure. He knows Akhila Rasa Amrita Sindhu. Pleasure is with Krishna. There is no need of searching pleasure any other place. So you become accustomed to this. He lives in this philosophy. This is his way of living. And Prabhupada is saying this is called Yoga Ruddha, the highest stage of yoga if you can achieve this. And one is satisfied in himself, and when the person becomes fully satisfied in himself, he has no fear from any reaction to his activity. Why we are always scared of any activity? What reaction? Because we are thinking some situation in this world will make us happy. But he's already fully satisfied. Because, see, for material pleasure, you need resources. You need a particular situation. Correct? You want to enjoy some particular food. Now that thing has to be available, no? Somebody has to know how to cook it also. Then only you can enjoy. It is conditional. May not be possible. But service, transcendental pleasure in loving devotional service to Krishna is ahetuki. Ahetuki apratihata. There is no way any kind of obstruction can be put. Like Prahlad Maharaj was enjoying, what he was enjoying? Pleasure in his samadhi on Krishna. Right from childhood, he was exalted devotee of the Lord. His father tried to do so many things to obstruct that. He could not do anything to obstruct his transcendental devotional service. You cannot do anything. Prabhupada gives a very, very important argument. He says, suppose today I am desiring I should have 10 crore rupees. Everybody practically does that. After you get it, you are in fear. Somebody will steal it. That is the reality. When you don't have it, you are not happy. When you have it, then also there is problem. Nothing comes in this world free without problem. When you don't have something, there is a problem. When you have that, there are some more problems, rather more problems. But Krishna conscious Prabhupada is so nice, have it and enjoy. Nobody can take it away. Simply keep with you and keep enjoying eternally. It will not reduce. Neya vikrama nashvati nashvasti pratyavayosa vidyate sarvam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhaya. Just have it and enjoy. There is no question of anybody taking it away. Then how much you feel fearless. Any activity you are doing, you are fearless. We cannot take it away now. See, we are all living in this world for happiness only. We are not living for anything else. But today the modern education is so dull-headed. They are creating dull-headed asses. Only thing they know, somehow get some money. And then with money, woman and wine. That's all. Which will not make them happy. Therefore they get into depression after that. Their life is only pavarga. They do a lot of effort. Pavarga, parishram. Fa means so much effort that foam comes out. Ba means bifala. Even though after so much effort there was no satisfaction. Then there is fear, bhaya, mrityu, they die. This is a typical life. Prabhupada said these 5 kinds of sufferings People are continuously undergoing in this world. The parishrama is a suffering. Veda, so much labor, so much ugra karma. Again there is suffering. Then even after this, there is no satisfaction. Again there is suffering. Then bhaya, acute suffering. And then mamrita, chapter closed. So people are only being kicked around and being subjected to this 5 kinds of suffering. But a devotee, Prabhupada says in the spiritual world, there is no parishram. Even when in the temple we are doing activity, we are doing out of love. There is no parishram. It's a pleasure. Just like a mother when she takes care of the child, is there any labor there? No, she is very happy. And she is cleaning, child is passing urine, everything, she is happily cleaning. She is not feeling, so much. Nowadays mothers are like this only. But a good mother, nowadays the word is all crazy. They don't keep child here only. They keep child on some basket and they drag. No love, no. That is also gone. Prabhupada is telling one devotee that when you look at any woman, you should think like you look at your mother. Prabhupada, it's not India. We don't have an experience of what is mother in our country. Not all of us. Because they don't get affection like that. You see that you go to airport practically, this so-called modern people. Where is the child? Somewhere in trolley. Sometimes children die. Because unattended, they forget, they're busy, they leave the children in the car and they were busy inside. They come after movies, everything, the child has suffocated without food, they died in the car. So many cases it happens. So anyway, that's the Kali Yuga. But generally, we are giving an example of a good mother now. That is also difficult to get today. She does not mind when she has to do something, she has to feed the child. She is so happy actually. Correct? Because love is there. When love is there, it is not labor, it is pleasure. So there is no parishrama for our devotee. Her. Even if sometimes, just like we have festivals sometimes, we work very hard. No problem. We don't mind. Correct? When there is a festival or something, or Janmashtami is coming, devotees all have a night out. Do we curse? What is this festival? No. We are very happy. So much Harinam that day, it's like a special extra dose we get. Bifala. It is always phala. It is never bifala. Material endeavor, as much you may do, you may make a big house for yourself to exist. 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, 10 bedroom, do whatever, you will not be satisfied. It's a waste. Finally, what is the bricks and building? But you make Krishna's temple. It is not bifala. It's you feel so much pleasure because Krishna is being pleased. Bhaya. Karmis have a bhaya. Always bhaya. What will happen? Some earthquake will happen. All my money will go. They always are living in bhaya. Oh, this may government may change policy. This may happen. Devotee has no bhaya. Once the devotees were telling, Prabhupada, now petrol rate has become this much. How will you take vehicle and distribute books? Prabhupada said, don't worry. Krishna is a maintainer. Never have this fear. Now economy is under tension. Disaster may happen any time. Today, world economy is under tension. Petrol rate is shooting like that. No growth only. Any part, even so-called growth countries like India, China, now sluggish it has become. And Europe is going negative. So many people are every day discussing what is going to happen, what is that. Devotee has no worries. Krishna. It's not that devotee is a fool. He knows what's happening. But at the same time, he is not worried. Why? Krishna is in protection. So devotee has no. But the first symptom of a devotee is no bhaya. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha does not exist. Vita means does not exist. What does not exist? Attachment, fear and anger does not exist in a devotee. Vita, raga, bhaya, krodha manamaya mamupashitaha bahoho jnana tapasa bhutavada bhava agata. I am just philosophically telling you. I don't have any realizations. But some philosophy let us try to understand that a devotee is free from these things, attachment, fear and anger. Manamaya mamupashita. Why? Completely has taken shelter of Krishna. Bahavo jnana tapasa. And many people have achieved this condition by jnana and tapasya. That's where we are talking here. Tapasya. Bhutavada bhava agata. Being purified because of this jnana and tapasya, and therefore being free from attachment, fear and anger, devotee can enter into Krishna Lila. And that is what his destination is. The devotee is practicing that. So the life of devotee is keval ananda kanda, only pleasure. He has these five sufferings do not exist in the life of a devotee. And a karmi, as much he may celebrate himself and make an advertisement, I made my life successful, is tormented by this five kind of suffering every moment. His parishrama, laboring. 30 years they labor to become a doctor. And then no satisfaction after that. They are all the doctors, just taking example of doctors, are drunkards after that. That means there is no satisfaction. Why you drink? If you are happy, nobody will drink. Because their life is a failure, in illusion, they want to be happy. Just like Krishna has created Maya. In illusion, we feel we are happy. They go to further Maya. In a still further illusion, they want to be happy. And Bifala. No, after the end of it, people say, hey, became a doctor or not, Bifala. So no use. Because you are not satisfied. What's the use of it? Then Bhaya. So many kind of fear, varieties of fear. They are seeing death every day, they know any day death will come. And then Mrityu, one day it comes. Like chapter closed. People will forget this personality existed. Recently what I had on a Sunday, I asked one boy, you know your father's name? He said yes. You say your father's name? He said no. People will not even remember he existed. This is what it is. So devotee should go for devotee's life, and he wants to achieve that constant life of happiness. For that, some little. Prabhupada said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has not given any tapasya. He has given only enjoyment. Chant and dance. Therefore, Prabhupada said, in the beginning, when you meet somebody, don't tell him rules and regulations. He will run away. Prabhupada did not do that. When he went to America, Prabhupada had I told rules and regulations, they would have sent me by the next ship back to India. Swamiji, very nice, please go back. But I said I was sad. I was just doing it. And they were enjoying. They were dancing. We see those videos, they are dancing and dancing. Then Prabhupada saw, now they are ready. Yena kena upayena mana Krishna nishedaya. Rupa Goswami has guided some or another, fix people's mind on Krishna. The rest rules and regulations can be told later. And automatically after some time, just like in Vrindavan, Prabhupada was doing some homa was going on. So disciples were doing homa. So one of his godbrother was sitting, some other. And he told Prabhupada, they are doing all wrong, so many mistakes. Prabhupada, they are practicing. Because it doesn't matter, let them continue. In fact, in India, America, in the beginning, they started doing arti and all. What an American knows, which hand to hold what. So many mistakes they are doing in the beginning. And so many Hindus were coming when temples were opened. There are no temples in America. Big Hindus were coming. So Prabhupada, so many mistakes. He did this hand did it. It doesn't matter. He wants to serve Krishna. That is correct. The rest of the thing they will correct after some time. And they corrected. Today, people get amazed. I was in my college when I was first time saw German speaking Sanskrit shlokas left, right, center. I was like, That Prithu Prabhu had come to our college. I was like, cannot imagine how they are quoting left, right, center with so much satisfaction. And we can see in practicing Krishna consciousness, so much happiness is there. So it is so pleasing actually. So in this way we can understand the Krishna consciousness so beautiful. Little tapasya is there, little. You have to get up little in the morning. In the beginning we don't tell all this thing. Prabhupada says, as they become accustomed to the spiritual pleasure and they become near us, we slowly start revealing one by one. And that is the way mass will take to Krishna consciousness. And today we do this mistake actually because sometimes pride is there. You're less than dogs and animals. Pride is there. When you tell somebody you're like a dog, we feel I'm special. We tell. But we should not do that actually. Then we become like some people are there. They say, oh, I try to preach it, but samskara is not there. No! Krishna consciousness is so beautiful, everybody can take to it. Provided we become expert preachers. Everybody can take to it. That faith should be there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhupada said he made animals dance. But Prabhupada said at least he made human beings dance. So we can do that, provided we properly approach the teaching of Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki Bhagavad Gita.